to earn investing platform AdLunam and the author of Web3 Explained. Day 16 of my 365-day experiment to live test 12 Web3 use cases in 12 months. And another issue of the newsletter is dropping today. So look out for that and subscribe if you haven't yet. Join 1,030 other subscribers. I'm amazed. After the LinkedIn discussion on yesterday's video, whether the term NFTs are hindering adoption, I'm considering adding a tagline to AdLunam's show, The Future of NFTs. The future of NFTs are digital collectibles. Of course, there are so many use cases beyond just collectibles that it's not necessarily the best alternative, so let's stick with NFTs for now. Today I want to talk about some general predictions we can expect in the NFT space this coming year, and tomorrow I'll deep dive into more specific applications. Now, we've been seeing increasing adoption and acceptance of NFTs, mainstream acceptance and adoption, and in 2023 I predict that a steadily growing stream of businesses and individuals will continue to become familiar with the tech and its potential use cases, including via Web3 Explained. Also, while the landscape might shift, overall the market for NFTs will continue to grow. We've seen this in 2022, with more people buying, selling, and creating NFTs. Emphasis here on utility. If you're a builder, please copy sound age-old business advice and start by asking yourself what problem you are solving. Something that makes me incredibly excited: the diversity and variety of NFT types will increase. NFTs will be used for a wider range of purposes beyond just gaming items and collectibles, profile pictures, digital art, or virtual real estate. This is a huge focus for me with Web3 Explained this year, to highlight the wider ranging possibilities of the tech. Another prediction: the use of NFTs in the music and entertainment industry will grow. More celebrities, more musicians, I predict, will be releasing NFTs as a new way to monetize their work. And this is going to be especially exciting when indie musicians and filmmakers get into the mix, because their fan base relationships are a lot more intimate than the big celebs and the production studios that are managed by entire teams. Also, as NFT adoption continues to grow, more governments and regulators will inevitably take notice of NFTs. With a growing number of countries that will be issuing guidance and regulations for the use of NFTs. This will take time, so 2023 will likely bring very few definitive answers. Just look how long crypto regulation has been in the works. But a few balls will get rolling, fingers crossed. Something that I'm very excited to experience, because this is an area that the business world has largely refrained from uplifting, other than tax-deductible charitable donations. The use of NFTs for social good will increase. NFTs being used to support charitable causes, environmental causes, and raise funds for nonprofits. Of course, the use of NFTs in the gaming industry will increase, with more developers creating and integrating NFTs into their games. But the real news here will be when existing gaming companies with good gameplay joins the mix. Web3 games have until now focused more on the Web3 aspect of their business models than the actual games. And this will need to change. Utility again. We are so early in the VR, AR metaverse that it's anyone's guess what's going to happen in this area in 2023. But I think we can reasonably expect that the use of NFTs in virtual reality, augmented reality, and the metaverse will grow to monetize virtual worlds and experiences using NFTs, and who knows what else. Something we've already seen a lot of, especially from major designer brands. The use of NFTs in the fashion industry will grow, with more fashion designers and brands creating and releasing NFTs for brand positioning, and also as a new way to monetize their work. I mean, if you watch my video the other day, $80 for one virtual outfit. And finally, the use of NFTs in education and training will increase, with NFTs being used as a way to certify and verify education credentials and achievements. And I think that is 10. So this is anything but an exhaustive list. The points that I noted here are merely some of the ones we are already very familiar with as being potentially disruptive across different industries. But of course, throughout this year, I'll be getting into the yummy details of what else is possible with NFTs and other Web3 tech. So with that, I'm freezing, so I'm dying to go in. See you tomorrow for day 17 of Web3 Explained. Cheers. Day 17 of Web3 Explained. I just wrapped up recording the first episode of the year for AdLunam show, The Future of NFTs. Oh wow, never mind the fact that I announced January's use case for Web3 Explained. I'll share that clip later. What I really want to reflect on is the one thing that kept on popping up again and again throughout our panel discussion. Humans. You'd think that's pretty obvious, a bunch of humans talking about human things, but the question is, how human? We are an incredible species. We've evolved to this point in our technologies and in our consciousness that we can simultaneously revolutionize the way the world's being run, at the same time as asking questions about who we are, how we are showing up as individuals, as a community, an industry, a society. So I just wanted to take today's minute and a bit and dedicate it to the beauty and the terror that makes us us. Technology is amazing, and Web3, AI, the next frontiers beyond that, it's going to have far-reaching consequences on every level of societal functioning over the next however many decades. But in the end, technology is what allows us to express ourselves. It doesn't define us. We do that. Food for thought. See you tomorrow for day 18 of Web3 Explained. Hey Web3 world, Nadja here. It is day 18 of Web3 Explained. Now, Web3 loves its buzzwords. I mean, just look at the word Web3. Then there's DeFi, NFTs, IDOs, SEXs, DEXs, Layer 2 protocols, and a whole bunch of terms that makes the average person go, what? So today, I want to focus on two very important words that I would like to see as hyped up as all the acronyms that we flash around all the time. Value and utility. These two things can sound so boring when we compare them to Web3's glitzy, glammy roller coaster rides, but they are what's missing, and it shows. So why value and utility? It's like brushing your teeth before you go to bed. It's not necessarily as fun as the night out you just had, but if you end up without teeth, you probably wouldn't go out much at all. In the end, Web3 is about adoption. It might not seem like it because we don't actually do all that much to make it happen just yet. But it's the destination we are ultimately driving to and very much need to focus on in 2023. And value and utility are the engines that make our little cars go vroom, vroom, vroom. Value implies how much economic value a project creates. This could be financial value, value appreciation, generating revenue, or non-financial value, creating a new market or providing a solution to a problem. Utility is about how functionally useful the project is. Do users find the product or service actually usable? Do they have a real incentive to use it? Do they want to adopt it? These are questions that business owners across all industries have been asking themselves for ages without fail. Because if they don't, their business fails. So I'd say it's about time we start making it a best practice to do the same in Web3. We might be special, but we are just as special as everybody else. So from now on, instead of asking who else has invested in you, let's start asking projects how high their value and utility is and see how that works out. Likewise, if you're starting a project, instead of asking who's going to invest in me, ask what problem am I solving and will users use me? So see you tomorrow for day 19 and send some good mojo because the skies are killing me over here. Cheers. Hey, an icy cold Nadja here, co-founder of AdLunam, the Engage to Earn investment platform, and author of Web3 Explained, where it's already day 19 of my daily vlogging quest. In the background, Yuri Gagarin is keeping me company today. Now, I've been talking a lot these past few weeks about the importance of having the right principles in Web3. I mean, if we're going to make a success of this industry, it's all about intention, replacing the greedy hype narratives with a more sustainable mindset. The secret is connecting to the foundation of the technology. I call this the decentralization spectrum, and I think it starts all in the mind. I say spectrum because true decentralization is difficult to achieve, but it's in the striving for that ideal that I believe we can do some real good work. I'm contributing to a book about digital nomad moms where I share our family story, and I just submitted my chapter this morning. So it really got me thinking about where my own decentralization journey started. All the way back in 2012 when my son started unschooling. That's also when I first started working remotely. At the age of 10, he became a full-time traveler, making the world his school. He's turning 17 this year, so he's been on his own decentralization journey for most of his life. But really, being outside of the education system was also what made the concept of decentralization a foundation in my life. As a family, we've lived a life of mental and lifestyle freedom in increasing amounts, because like everything, it's an unfolding journey for the past 10 years. And that's why I'm so driven to contribute to Web3 being aligned with the socio-economic transformation it's capable of beyond just the technology itself. Because I live on a daily basis the extraordinary possibilities that become normal when we take our power back into our own hands, away from large corporations, institutions, outdated societal constructs. And I want this for the world. So what is your decentralization spectrum story? When was the first seed planted? What was your penny drop moment? I really believe that when we live from that why, the thing that keeps us going beyond fame, fortune, parties on yachts, that's when real change will happen on a broad scale. So see you tomorrow for day 20 of Web3 Explained. And keep warm if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. It's freaking cold. Nadja here for day 20 of Web3 Explained. You know what's better than owning your own data? Having someone else own it and then sell it to advertisers. At least that's how we make it seem. Our personal information, everything from our income level to our health history and shopping habits, is being used by big tech companies like Google, Facebook, Amazon to make money off of us. And we are just letting them, because we have no other choice, right? Why do people care so little about who owns their data? A lot of people don't think about what happens behind the scenes when they click accept on a website's terms of use, or when they sign up for an app that asks for access to all sorts of information about them. And when these companies sell our information to advertisers, well, we just don't think about it anymore. It's become so commonplace that we just accept that this is the way things are done online, and there's not much we can do about it. Data is the new oil, and it's being traded back and forth between companies and users like a commodity. It's being used to make money, a lot of money, and often it's not even clear who actually owns the data in question. So this makes it really hard for people, users, to control their own information, which means they can't control what happens with it. Now, why does this even matter? Data ownership is important because it gives you the freedom to do whatever you want with your data. It's all in the choice. And the internet, as we currently live on it, it doesn't give us a lot of freedom of choice, just the illusion of it. But the internet is changing, thankfully. Imagine a world where you own your own data, where you control what companies know about you, where you decide how and when they use that information, and where you can take it with you wherever you want. That is what Web3 is all about. Giving back our power over our personal information to us, as well as content we create and own, but that's a topic for another story, another day. So we can make choices about how we want to live our lives online. The more that Web3 technology makes its way into the mainstream, things are starting to change, especially when it comes to data ownership and the awareness of the possibilities. Web3 lets us take back control over our own data so we can decide what happens with it and who has access to it without having to go through any middlemen or centralized institutions. On that note, happy Friday. See you tomorrow for day 21 of Web3 Explained. Ciao. Nadja here for day 21 of Web3 Explained. I wanted to share a very quick story about adoption. I'm in a rather random Croatian town, yet two of the handful of people I've randomly met here work in Web3. We talk about the good, the bad, the ugly in the industry. This is adoption. Last night, on a trip, my cab driver asked me what I do for a living. He didn't know what Web3 meant, but when he heard the word crypto, he immediately started peppering me with questions about what tokens to invest in to get rich quick. This is bad adoption. See you tomorrow for day 22.
This is Nadja, co-founder of Engage to Earn investment platform AdLunam and author of Web3 Explained. A version of me anyway. My AI is body doubling with me today. It is day 22 of Web3 Explained, and today's not about Web3, but a blessing to it. It's the Lunar New Year, year of the water rabbit. Now, in the East, the rabbit is considered a symbol of good luck, representing fertility and longevity. But we can also look to the rabbit as prey, being hunted down by larger animals, meaning they are always ready to change direction, pivot elsewhere, and go back in their burrow for a while before they come up again somewhere else. If we translate this to Web3, Web3 is such incredible fertile ground. It is abundant in ideas, in energy, in vision, in crazy cool creativity. But it's being pursued by old guard institutions, and when the hunt gets too tough, or when we cannibalize ourselves for long enough, rabbits can be vicious, crypto winter shows up and we are back in build mode, readying ourselves to resurface again at some future point, fortified and stronger than ever before. Now this year, it's the year of the water rabbit. Water is meditative, emotional, empathetic, introspective. So this is an especially meaningful crypto winter. We are rewiring the industry from the inside out. This will probably continue to be a tough, painful macroeconomic year because the crypto markets will definitely take time to recover. There's a war still ongoing, supply chain issues, a recession, and a whole score of other problems all across the world. Bitcoin and friends need to heal from the greed it's come to be defined by. The industry needs to regain trust from investors and the world at large. It's a process, and it is going to take time. But it's coming. This year, I truly believe, is going to redefine the way we will build Web3. Are you going to be part of the shift? I know that is the most important thing for me at this time. I am so glad, if you are listening to this, watching my digital avatar in action, that you are with me on this journey. So, happy Lunar New Year. Chúc mừng năm mới. Vietnam is where I spent some of my most amazing Lunar New Years. May your year be everything you make of it and so much more. See you tomorrow for day 23. Cheers.